Boys, I did it. I did the thing, and I got a credit card.
Hey, it's about time.
And I have immediately started reaping the benefits of it.
Oh, immediately.
I know.
So,
it sounds like you've been excited each time you talk about it, so
yeah,
it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's definitely, I'm glad I did it. So
What
why are we
28?
talking about this? Because it's lessons learned. And we're bringing you another finances episode with our financial guru, Talon Musk. Talon, wave to the boys.
Hi.
Yeah.
The boys?
Yeah, we're gonna be
the boys
are
ladies.
up here, though.
Yeah, the boys.
all around. Yeah, so we're going to be bringing you kind of the 101 of credit cards, kind of giving you the basics, letting you know what you should look for and what you should look out for. And yeah, Talon's going to get us going with that. But Chris, why don't you plunge us in?
Yeah, congrats on the credit card, Yukon Cornelius. I'm proud of you.
Who?
This is your chance to Google it real fast.
Yep.
Silver and gold. Randy's got a new credit card and his Yukon Cornelius.
Spell that?
And just spell corn and
I don't have a
it'll
pickaxe in
help
here.
you. Yeah. I guarantee you've probably seen this character at some point.
I know you have. I'm so excited.
Or at least you'll understand probably like what it's from. I know I've seen it in like watching it in like elementary school, so
Yeah. You're going old school with Yukon Cornelius.
Oh, wait.
Oh, that's great.
That is
Brilliant.
Randy.
that is Randy.
Yeah, oh my god, that's.
I'm not
that
that
is
fat anymore.
Your name is now Yukon from here on out.
Oh yes.
That is actually priceless.
Oh, shit.
That's
I'm proud of you
brilliant.
for your credit card, man. Now you can get all that silver and gold.
Thanks, man. I've already got some good silver and gold from it. Reaping those
Yeah, you have.
benefits.
Yeah. So credit cards are a wonderful tool if you use them properly, right? Now, don't be that guy or girl that gets a credit card and then racks up credit card debt by age 24. Like, something wrong. Don't do that. I know it's free money. You don't have to pay it. You know, whatever. Just claim bankruptcy. But that is not a lessons learned. That is a terrible thing to do. Please don't do that ever.
Well, that's actually a lessons learned. It's just a bad way to learn it.
Well, we're
Yeah.
preventing the lesson to be learned. Don't do it. Anyway, Talon, I know you're like the guru of all things financial in our group, and you've got lists on lists of credit cards and what ones do what, and best travel versus best money back, cashback, I should say, best reward system. So we're going to dive into that today for everybody, and we can even link our top 5 favorite credit card in the description.
Hell yeah.
So, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
I love credit cards, and this is completely opposite to like other like huge like financial people out there, like Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey is like a huge advocate. He's like, no debt, no nothing, like no credit cards, pay off your mortgage immediately and everything like that. But the thing about credit cards is don't use it as like an actual line of credit. Don't use it to rack up that debt. Literally just use a credit card like you would your debit card, and don't spend anything that you wouldn't already just like have in your bank account. And at the end of your statement, this goes for Randy because you're probably in your first month still. After you get like that first month, whatever you rack up, you get your statement, pay off that whole entire statement. You don't have to pay any interest. And a lot of people, some people don't actually understand that like what credit cards are. I actually just learned this. Some people like truly believe that a credit card is just like free money. It's just like, oh, I spend this and my bank account number doesn't go down. What is going on right now? I guess I'll just keep spending it. But that is not true. A credit card is literally just, it's a line of credit. It's a debt that you have to pay at some point. And if you don't pay it off immediately, you're going to have to pay interest on it. And credit card is pretty much the highest interest rate that you'll ever pay, like 10 to 25%.
Dude, mine's
whatever
like
it might be.
26.
Yeah, it depends on each card too. So yeah, it's crazy. So you don't want to have to pay for that because once it kind of starts, it's just going to snowball, and it's going to take longer and longer and longer just to pay it off. So
can I butt in real quick? Can I say something about the perks of the military? is what is that Financial Freedom Act? Is that what it is?
Service Member Civil Relief Act.
I wasn't even
SCRA.
close. Holy shit.
Yeah, so service
Yeah.
members out there, if you got yourself in like in a bind and you are having that like snowball effect of like you keep getting interest and it's harder to pay down that credit card bill and just taking you forever. If you join the military, you can have this benefit, whether like no matter what kind of loan it is, civil like the SCRA, Civil Service Civil Relief, whatever, Service Member Civil Relief Act. That's what it is. You can take advantage of this, and any debt that you have, it can't be over 6%. So like that lender by law has to lower your interest rate, and it can't be anything higher than 6%. So take advantage of that. I know people that's done that. Like, hey, they have like super high like car bills and stuff like that. And then like before they join the military, it lowers their interest rate. Same with credit card bills. You can do that. It's probably just, I don't really know the reason why. It's probably just to help service members like that way they don't have like this debt hanging over their head. They can focus on like defending the country and everything. So so take advantage of that. We'll talk about that a little bit more later because it also helps with some other things as well. But yeah, pay off your statement. You don't have to pay any interest on it or anything like that. And I mean, Randy just kind of got a credit card, so he can talk about like the application process and everything because it's fresh in his mind. But
well, mine went a little weird.
Okay,
I don't know
but
if I told
we
you
did
that story or not, but
not yet. So I'm excited to hear it. But we talked about the credit, like how credit scores work in a previous episode. When you do apply for your credit card, that you are going to get hit with a hard inquiry. So that's going to lower. Don't be afraid of this though. It's going to lower your credit score barely by like 20 points for a very short amount of time. And once that account is open, that's going to help your credit build faster and faster. And if you have no credit, a credit card is probably the best way to start building credit. And that's because, I mean, you just need one account on your credit report and that's going to help you. But I don't know. Do we want to talk about Randy's credit card, kind of like story real fast? Then I'll get into like how, yeah. So what made you want to get a credit card? Was it just talking about it on the show so much?
Yeah, I mean, that was part of it. And I mean, but part of it is really nice too, is you don't necessarily have to pay for like all of one big item in one shot. Like, for instance, I just used my credit card because I needed to buy a new PC. And when I did, I was like, man, it's like, that's a lot of money to drop at once. And it's not that I didn't have the money, but it's always kind of nice to be able to keep that money in your account and pay it off bits at a time. So the particular credit card that I went with was the Chase Freedom Unlimited, and they're running a promotion. So number one, 0% APR for the first 15 months. So I essentially have 15 months that I can pay off that amount. And then the second
I was
one
gonna
was...
Sorry, I was going to say, I didn't mean to cut you off, my bad. But I was going to say, giving advice to not pay it off in full as increments, I was like, dude, that's terrible advice. And then you said the 15 months interest free. I was like, oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
That's the only time. That's the only time it ever makes sense, is if you don't have to pay any interest. Yeah.
Right. So I have 15 months to pay it off, so that's plenty of time that I can, like, I was going to go like paycheck by paycheck and put a little bit to it each time. The other reason I wanted to get that one in particular is because they're also running a promotion where if you spend more than $500 in the first 3 months, you get $200 cash back. So I was essentially saving an extra $200 on that computer by doing that.
Wait, 500 in the first 3 months and 200 back?
Yeah,
It's free money.
Are you kidding
free
me?
money.
No, Joe, this is what me and Talon have been telling you guys.
Yeah, we'll get into it more too. So
We do this shit all the time.
I have 4 credit cards, but that's insane.
Yeah.
40%.
And that's not to mention the other benefits that you have with the card over time, where, you get different amounts of cash back for different purchases. Like I know for mine, for instance, I get, I think 5% for travel, 3% for dining, 3% for pharmaceutical, and then 1.5% back on all other purchases. So it's definitely nice. And then especially so something I did the other day, I was telling the boys about, we got lunch on my office, like they were paying for it. So what I did was I used my credit card to buy lunch. So I got that 3% cash back on lunch for the office that I was getting paid back entirely to me. So that seriously was like the definition of free money, because I'm getting all of that money back, plus I'm getting interest on, or like a percentage back on that money.
Oh yeah, brother. Welcome
Even
to the real world.
Even just cents, or like even just like a few dollars, like that. Doing something a little like that just changes your mindset. Just like, I can do these little tiny things and I can make more money that I didn't even think about before.
Right. And I always, so the reason that I never got a credit card initially, and because obviously I was uneducated on it, but part of it was because I think of it the same way, is I'm not going to spend money that I don't have. And then the other way I see that is, if I'm going to spend money that I have, then what do I need a credit card for? But what I've definitely realized, and I've really only had it about a week at this point, what I've realized over the past week is like, this is great. Like, I can go get gas, pay for gas, literally pay the money right back because I would have spent that anyway, and I'm going to get some kind of return on paying for gas.
Yeah, man. That's how I always viewed it, even when I'd had like a 1% cashback card. And it's like, throughout my lifetime, I'm probably going to spend like millions of dollars. Yeah. Why would I not take 1% on that?
Exactly. So I know we want to talk a little bit about my experience through the application process. So I'll tell that story real quick because it was kind of weird for me. So I have Chase Bank. That's the bank that I use. So I got my card through Chase, through the Chase app on my phone. And when I was looking at the different cards and seeing which one that I wanted to get, I picked that one. I scrolled through all of it to see, what benefits it had. And at the very bottom, it had a part that said, since you're a Chase member, you can input this information and we'll check within seconds to see if you're approved. So I was like, all right, no reason not to do that. I can see if I'm approved. So I put it through, and then I don't know if it was something like because my phone lagged or like what happened, but it wouldn't go to like the next page afterward. And then next thing I knew, when I went back into my account, the credit card was just like on my account. And then a few days later, it showed up at my house. So I was like,
interesting.
All right, I guess I have a credit card now.
Yeah.
So my experience with applying was a little bit different than it might be for somebody else.
It's not too different, though, in all honesty. Yeah, if you already have a relationship with that bank, most of the time you just log into your account and it's like, oh, apply for a credit card. Maybe put in like your social security number and it's just like approved, disapproved, whatever. So it's not too different. And even if you aren't like with that bank already, it's just like any other application, like put in your name, email address, maybe create an account with them, again, social security number, and then approved or disapproved. So it's not a big scary process or anything. For a while I thought it kind of was. Like, I was like, oh, do I really want to apply for this credit card? It's no big deal. But so yeah, I'm proud of you, honestly, for getting your first credit card. It's little things like that helps build wealth over time, just changes your mindset. Like, next you'll probably be like chasing interest rates for like savings accounts and stuff like that. You never know. But yeah, it just changes your mindset when it comes to building wealth. So talking about credit cards as a whole, if I kind of see credit cards as like a 5-tier system. So like credit cards are placed in like different kind of tiers, and this is just like the way that my mind goes to the like when it comes to them. So I would say like the first tier, this is for people that has no credit, and this is pretty helpful because I've been talking to some people lately about this who have no credit whatsoever. This is going to be, I don't know who you're pointing at right now.
Randy. Yeah, Randy. He's got credit, just not a credit card.
Yeah,
cars
exactly.
And student loans.
Yeah, exactly. That builds credits too. So yeah, so people who have no credit, this is going to be the card that they need, and it's going to be for the most part, it's going to be a secure card. And what that means is, I mean, you have no credit. So like this bank, they're not going to give you a line of credit. Normally you get like a line of credit of like 5,000, 10,000, even like 1,000 or something like that from a credit card. But they don't know anything about your history. So they're not just going to give you a line of credit and hope that you're going to pay it back at some point. So what a secured card is you give them some form of collateral. And normally it's just like, hey, like normally you just like deposit like $500, $1,000, whatever you have, and then they'll give you a line of credit equal to that. That way, if you don't end up paying it back, guess what? They can just take that money anyways. So that's what a secure card is. And if you don't have any credit, that's pretty much your only option. The military has some options too. Like we have the Star card, which is only usable on bases, which, I mean, if you're like an airman or something like that in the dorms, honestly, it might not be a bad idea.
Well, there's one more option that I did, and we've talked about it before. It's getting like co-signed onto like someone else's credit card.
Oh, that is a good point. That is, if you have no form of credit, talk to your parent or something like that. and just ask if you can be like an authorized user. Because
Yeah.
honestly, that's doing something like that. At least build your credit to get a better card, because that secured
Right.
card, you're gonna upgrade out of it, and you want to keep these accounts open as long as possible. So you don't want to be like, you don't want to grow out of these cards like the secured card, and then want to close them, because that's once you close it, it stops building your credit.
Yeah,
So-
I know for me, like my grandma had, she kind of, she's like, Chris, I'm gonna do this for you. I was like, I don't really, she's like, I'm doing it for you. I was like, okay, geez, don't kill me.
Don't
But
kill me.
no, next thing I know, I had a credit card with my name on it, and I think the limit was like, the limit was whatever hers was, I think. But she said, don't you dare spend anything near that. And then it was on her account, but I had my own card with my name on it, so it helped. It was mutually beneficial, really.
Yeah. Some people do that, and they just like a parent, they do that, put their kid on like as an authorized user, and just keep the card themselves.
Yeah,
That way they
that's
can't
smart.
spend on the card, because whoever is the account owner, they're responsible for it. So yeah. So honestly, if possible, just skip that tier 1, skip that secured card, because you're gonna grow out of it, and you're probably not gonna want it like even like a couple months down the road, because credit does build pretty quickly. So. And then like once you get past that point, you want to upgrade. This is gonna be like when like the first cards that you ever really want. So like tier 2 is gonna be like those entry level like no annual fee or anything like that. Just like earning some form of rewards normally. So like just like my first one was like a basic USA like credit card. It's like, oh, no annual fee, earns 1% like cashback on everything.
Discover it card, yeah.
That is actually going to be in the next category.
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's just gonna be earning like 1%, like really basic stuff. Like some cards it's just like earns like 1.5%. Just like even I would probably say like the City Double Cash is probably in this category too. So really basic stuff. But yeah, no annual fee. You definitely want these cards on your like portfolio. And then I would say like tier 3 is gonna be like those slightly higher. Like just better earning cards and stuff like that, such as the Discover It, such as Randy's card, the what was it called? Yeah, the Freedom. You have the Freedom Unlimited, so you have the Chase Freedom Unlimited. And then there's like other ones like the Amex has like the Blue Cash, and a couple other ones like that. So those are gonna be like ones that have like specific earning categories. So Randy just said his earns like 3% in like restaurants, and he already took advantage of that, or 5% in travel. I think like the Blue Cash every day from like American Express earns like 3% at grocery stores, stuff like that.
I have the Discover It. Yeah, me and Joe
Yeah.
both have that. And I honestly, I love that card.
Dude,
like,
same. That was my
I've had
first.
that card since like I don't know, 2012 maybe, and it
Yeah.
was, dude, it's a good card.
It's treated
Yeah,
me
so-
nicely.
Yeah, the Discover It and the Chase Freedom Flex. Those cards, honestly, they're pretty awesome because they have 5% rotating categories. I mean, they earn like 1% on everything else too, but
Yeah.
otherwise they have 5% rotating categories. Every single quarter they have different categories. It could be like grocery stores,
Gas
Wholesale-
stations.
gas stations, wholesale stores like Costco and Sam's Club, online
Amazon.
services, Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So every single quarter, they have these different rotating categories, and most of the time, like they have like a maximum amount that you can spend. It's like $1,500 dollars or something like, or like maybe $500. I don't remember, but it's pretty easy to reach that maximum every single quarter because like they choose categories that you can take advantage of normally. So those are really
Yeah.
good cards just to earn more points because 5% cash back, that's pretty solid. Like let's not lie. Like that's, you spend $1,000, boom, that's $50 back right there.
Yeah, it's
Hell
nice.
yeah, brother.
Yeah.
And also in that category, I would consider like the specific store cards, such as like the Amazon Prime card, which just earns 5% back at like on all Amazon purchases and stuff like that. So still no annual fees or anything like that, but yeah, specific store cards I would still put in that category. And then from there we have like tier 4, and that would be like where you have like some form of annual fee. Normally it's pretty small, like normally less than like maybe I'd say like $100. This would be like the Chase Sapphire Preferred, which I think has an annual fee of $95. And this is when you start getting into more travel cards and stuff like that. Maybe they have like some extra benefits and stuff, but yeah, definitely I would say like low level travel cards and everything. So they start earning. So like once you start getting into this category, you're more focused. You're probably moving away from cashback, and you're probably more looking towards like travel. So you're spending more on like that like annual fee. So this is gonna be it's cards like that, like the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and then like maybe like hotel cards. So like Hilton, Marriott, Hyatt, they all have their own like cards, or like maybe some airline cards like United, Delta, everything like that. That's what I would kind of consider in this category. So like maybe you're earning specific hotel points, or you're earning specific airline points, and then you can use that to like get some pretty significant value at some point. Normally at this category they have really good sign up bonuses. Randy, that tier 3 category that normally has good sign up bonuses too, like $200 in the first 3 months. But in this category, I mean, some of the basic like Hilton cards, if you like consider, like they give you points for the hotel, it's not cash back, but if you look at the value for them, like I just got an offer for a Hilton card like in the mail and everything. If I reached the it was like 200,000 Hilton points as a sign up bonus. And like if you consider that at that point, that's about $1,000 sign up bonus. So you at this point your annual fee is pretty low, but you're getting significant like sign up bonuses. You're not getting like super huge perks necessarily, but you're getting good sign up bonuses, and you're earning those like those points in those systems, such as like the hotel and the airlines. And then
a good example of that, I have the Southwest Chase card, and
nice.
I've been using that one. That one's an $80 annual fee, not too bad.
No.
But,
You don't pay that, do you?
I actually do. I
What?
don't know.
You're in the military, dude.
Do we get that one free?
Yeah, you should just contact
You're an
Chase.
idiot. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was gonna talk about that later.
I'm gonna
but
get-
actually,
Yeah, I didn't mean to bring it up, but he just said, I was like, oh, what?
Yeah.
I'll still bring it up. I'll
Yeah.
still bring it up
Gotcha.
later.
Yeah. But I've been
but-
using that card for a little bit, and I ended up getting a free flight out to Colorado. So,
Nice.
Nice.
hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, it adds up. Yeah, because like those travel points are normally worth a little bit more than cash back. As long as you're planning to travel, that is. So, and like there's certain cards such as like the Chase ecosystem, some of the city cards, and then American Express has some lower. Like, I think they're like American Express Green Card, and I think they have one more that earns their. So Chase has UR points, which is Ultimate Rewards. American Express has membership rewards. City has thank you points, and all of these points, they're pretty like you can use them for cash back. You can use them on Amazon, or this is the best way to use them. You can transfer them out to partners such as hotels and airlines. So those cards and those point systems are nice because it's kind of like a universal thing. You're not stuck into using like a Delta card which only earns Delta points. You can have this Chase card which you can transfer to Delta if you want to, or you can transfer it to United or another airline or something like that. So yeah, that's the difference between like those cards from like those banks versus cards from like specific partners such as airlines. And then tier 5 is where you start getting into like the really nice stuff. So you're still getting higher annual fees, like upwards of like $550, and I don't know if they should be considered a higher tier or not, but there's higher cards, even like the American Express Centurion, which is like a $10,000 annual fee. Yeah, those could be in a higher category that we won't even talk about because it doesn't affect our audience, honestly. So tier 5 is going to be those higher end cards, such as like, yeah, American Express Platinum. That's a $550 annual fee. The Chase Sapphire Reserve, again, $550 annual fee, I believe. City Prestige. There's quite a few of them, honestly. So at
What
this
about
point,
the Amex Gold? Is that tier 4 or 5?
it kind of like it's in the
almost
middle.
in the middle, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's so the American Express Gold has a $250 annual fee, which is higher than most of the tier 4 cards, which are like around like less than $150, I'd definitely say. But it's not as high as these other cards at like $500, $400. So yeah,
It's tier 4.5 American Express Gold.
yeah, it's a weird card. So yeah, and at this point, you're focused more on honestly, you're probably more focused on one, the earning those sign up bonuses, and two, you're focused on the benefits of these cards. So most of the time they don't have very good like earning when it comes to like cash back or just like earning points, such as this Chase Sapphire Reserve doesn't honestly earn points very well because it's like 3% like back on like groceries and eating out and stuff like that. Like nothing crazy. Like that's the same that Randy gets. So for the annual fee, you're not really earning back that much from them, but you get some pretty sweet perks. So you get like let's switch to the American Express Platinum and talk about that. So with that, the biggest perks for it is when you travel, you get lounge access. And the Platinum is probably the best when it comes to lounge access because you get Priority Pass, which other cards do also get. It's kind of just like a universal system. and you can download their app and you can see like what lounges they have around the world and everything. And it's kind of just like a partnership of lounges. But American Express specifically, they also have their own lounges called Centurion lounges, which they're pretty nice.
Gems is real nice.
Denver just got theirs finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there twice already, and it's a really nice lounge. And the reason why these lounges are so beneficial is just think about when you travel at the airport. Think about how expensive food is. You know, airports, they're raising the cost of those foods because you're stuck there. You already went through security. Most of the time, airports are in like kind of remote locations. It's like you're stuck there. You have to eat, so they can charge you really whatever they want. So like a meal at an airport, probably like $20 for a single person. Let alone if you want to start drinking or something like that. So what these lounges are, like when I go to Denver now, I can go to the Centurion Lounge, dude. You get just free food. It's basically a buffet style. You get free dessert, and it's really good stuff too. Yeah, free dessert, open bar. It's unlimited drinks. Open bar at an airport. So
mimosas on deck.
That's flexing.
Yeah.
Dude, when I flew into Norway, we went. I think it was in England. It was in England. It was London. It was I forget which one in it. Maybe probably Heathrow. But their lounge there, dude. I was drunk before I even got to Norway for free. It was great. And then I think even in Norway they might have had a lounge, and we were just eating breakfast there, like some danishes and shit. It was delicious.
No, why not? It's like for military, it's really free food. Yeah. But if you are paying that annual fee, it's worth the value right there. If you travel just a few times a year and you go to these lounges, the value really stacks up. And the American Express Platinum also allows you to go into Delta Sky lounges. So for the Platinum, right there, the Platinum Priority Pass, huge network. They have this Centurion lounges. I think they have like 15 of them, so not that many. But then they also have Delta Sky lounges. So you get access to a lot of different lounges just right there on one card. And other cards like the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you still get Priority Pass. The City Prestige, you still get Priority Pass. You don't get like the Centurion Lounge and Delta and everything, but it all adds up and everything. And so yeah, we talked about kind of like getting these cards for free for military, and we kind of talked about like the Service Member Civil Relief Act. It used to be so it's kind of mixed between like which bank uses which. So there's the SCRA Act, or then there's also the Military Lending Act. And I think most of the banks are now putting military underneath the MLA. But if for a lot of these banks, if you are military, you don't have to pay those annual fees. So we just talked about the American Express Platinum $550 annual fee. You get that for free. And again, it depends on these banks because it's up to the bank if they want to or not waive annual fees, because the MLA really just like states that like they can only charge like military so much money per year. And the reason why they choose to waive the annual fee, it's like either they can waive the annual fee or they have to waive like their interest rates. So they have to kind of pick and choose, or they have to lower their interest rates. So they're not, some of them are kind of just being nice, like they're being a little bit more generous than they need to, but realistically, like they are doing it because if they don't, they have to change something else anyways for military. So yeah, for like American Express, Chase, Citi, I think US Bank, maybe a couple others, they'll completely waive the annual fee for military, making these cards that have a lot of value completely free because like again, they have other perks other than just travel, like the Chase Sapphire Reserve. You get DoorDash Dash Pass with it, Lyft Pink, and then like American Express, you get Uber. You get Uber credit, $15 every single month with the Platinum Uber credits. What else do you guys get? I can't remember. Oh, you get
$200 travel credit.
You get the $200 travel credits, which it's kind of iffy on the American
Amex
Express.
Sucks.
Yeah, because it's only for incidentals. So like baggage prices and stuff like that, which for military you get that for free anyway. So
or
I don't
food
really
or drinks
it.
I've literally bought drinks on the plane for like a bunch of people because I had to use it.
You have to use it. You don't want to throw it away. But other ones such as the Chase Sapphire Reserve, it's just a flat $300 travel credit. And this is like, so honestly, for anyone in the military, I think that the first card you should get, if you have the credit for it, get the Chase Sapphire Reserve, because it's a free $300 every single year. Because that travel credit, it's so easy to use. You can use it on Uber. You can use it on, I think hotels might even work. You can use it on airline tickets. So if you're like iffy on like if you wanted to spend money to go visit family on like Christmas or something like that, because you don't want to pay for a plane ticket, boom, just get that. It's free, $300.
You said the Sapphire, right?
The Sapphire Reserve.
Reserve.
Yeah, $300. The City Prestige gives you 250 travel credit a year. The U.S. Bank like Altitude Reserve cards give you $325 credit a year. And that U.S. Bank Altitude Reserve also goes to restaurants and I think groceries, and they changed that because of COVID, but then they actually made that a permanent thing. But yeah, if you get those like 3 cards right there, I mean, that's like what? Let me do math real fast. That's like I didn't want to do math actually. Yeah, it's like 825 or 875 a year and just like free travel credits. Why would you not take that? Like for military, it's completely free, let alone the other perks that you get. Yeah. So honestly, like that's what I would do if I wasn't brand new in the military again. I would get those cards because you don't have to pay the annual fee, and it's just free money. It's really easy to use. You literally just buy plane tickets or something on those cards. Boom, you just saved money. So and they have other perks too. And we didn't talk about this, but credit cards, outside of like all these like big huge perks, credit cards offer you something that debit cards can never offer you, and that's a separation between your money and like the card itself. Because if your debit cards get stolen, that is free access to your entire bank account. If your credit card gets stolen, oh, that's free access to someone else's money. It's not your money. You just report it to that bank. It's just like, yeah, my credit card got stolen. That $10,000 charge, that wasn't me. Guess what? You're not liable for it because you said that it was stolen. And because it's that bank's money, they're going to go really hard to get that canceled. So they're not going to pay that either, guarantee it. So you have that that's a huge line of protection just in between you and your money. So that's one huge thing, let alone the other perks that they offer. We talked about it. Like most cards out there from Chase, American Express, they give you like extended warranties for free. Have you ever been to Best Buy and they're like, oh, do you want to put the extended warranty plan? It's going to be like an extra $50 or whatever. Just say no to them. Put it on your Chase or your American Express card. Boom. You just doubled your like the manufacturer warranty, like for free. You get that. You get return protection. So you buy clothes and their return policy is only like 30 days. American Express gives you a 90-day return policy.
Don't they do like a rental car insurance too?
Yes, I'll talk about that next. But yeah, that return policy, it's kind of weird because people don't normally understand it. So if you do have to take advantage of perks like that, you actually send the item to like American Express or whoever it might be, and then they just give you money for it. So it's kind of interesting. They also have purchase protection. So let's just say Chris.
I want to talk about this one. I got a good story for this.
Oh,
I bought headlights for my car, right? And so I bought brand new headlights, LED. I swapped them over, so it's pretty expensive. And then I bought LED for inside of my car. They only shipped me the inside of my car lights. I was like, guys, I just paid you like a couple $100. I don't even have my headlights. What's going on? And like, oh, that was a shipping error. We'll get on that. I was like, okay, cool. Well, guess what? A week went by. I never heard anything back. I said, hey, guys, what's going on? And they're like, oh, yeah, we'll get on that. Another few days went by. I was like, I'm not dealing with this shit. So I charged on my Amex. I contacted Amex. I was like, hey, never received my stuff. I paid this much. I'll pay for the headlights that I did, or the interior lights that I did get. It was like $20. Like, I'll pay that. You don't have to cancel that. But the rest of the shit, I didn't get. And so they paid it back to me. They refunded me my money. And then that company still sent me my headlights. And then they were like, hey, we noticed you called Amex. Can you cancel that shit? Because what Amex did was reach out to them. Like, you're paying us this back now because we paid him the cash. And so that company reached out to me and they're like, hey, can you cancel that claim? I was like, no, you took 3 weeks and didn't even contact me. I didn't even know if you were going to send me this stuff. So no, I'm not going to cancel it. And so Amex was like, if you don't hear back from us in a month, you're good. And so I didn't hear back and I'm good. So I got my headlights for free.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that purchase protection.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like there's other like examples. Like let's just say like Chris, you just went out and bought like $3,000 worth of like camera equipment, and you left it in your car or something like that. Your car gets broken into, they steal that. If it's like within like that time period, they'll completely refund you everything when it comes to that purchase. So little things like that. If you put that on your debit card and you get stolen, dude, you're out of luck. Yeah, like you're gonna have to use like some insurance, which then you're gonna have to pay like a deductible and everything. It's like, yeah. Little things like that. And then like the travel protections such as Chris already mentioned it, rental car insurance. So like, yeah, when you buy a rental car, you can just say no to like paying that extra like insurance. It depends actually, because there's primary and there's secondary when it comes to credit cards. The Chase Sapphire Reserve and the US Bank Altitude Reserve, they give you primary. So what that means is that if you get in an accident in a rental car, you just contact that company. That's like your main insurance. You don't have to pay a deductible, and you don't have to contact your insurance at all, and they'll just completely cover it and everything. But a secondary insurance from like American Express and a couple others, that means that if you get in an accident, your actual insurance, your car insurance, because your individual insurance, that's not just for your car, it's for you personally. So your car insurance will have to be like the number one insurance. But let's say like you don't have enough coverage for the rental car because you like got a luxury car or something. You can then use that secondary insurance from that credit card, and they'll pay the difference. So that's the difference right there. You want to use that primary one just as much as possible. That way you don't have to go through your own personal insurance, because if you get in an accident, guess what? They're going to raise your rates and everything. But yeah. But either way, it saves you money when you go and get a rental car. Like, how much is like the insurance? Probably like $20 a day, I'd say, on average, if you get insurance. So again, it's just saving you more and more money. But other ones could be travel delay protection, baggage delay protection, and like baggage loss protection. So this has happened to me before. Like, I travel and it's just like I wait for my checked bag, it just never shows up. I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do now. Contact the insurance company, like from your card. They'll be like, yeah, we'll give you like $200 a day until that bag gets there, so you can like pay for like new clothes, you can pay for like whatever it else might be or something like that. Or like trip delay protection. If your trip delays like for 6 hours, they'll pay for like you to get a hotel room. They'll pay for Yeah, they'll pay for like if you need to cancel that flight, they'll pay for like that next, like the new flight that you need to get like a new, like one sooner. They'll pay for your food. Because like you're not expected to be at the airport that long. So like, yeah. And like people took advantage of this. So like they'll pay for pretty much anything that you need. Like people would go and buy like new Bose headphones or something like that at the airport and be like, oh, I need it because I'm here longer than expected. I need it for like a business call. So they would just like buy like new headphones whenever they had delays or something, like big, huge purchases, because it covers like $1,000 of purchases or something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they pay for like trip cancellation. So if you've ever been to like a booking website, like, I don't know, Expedia or something, at the end they're like, do you want to like pay for like the extra insurance for like cancellations and stuff? Or like if that way, like if your schedule, like if you're iffy on like if you can actually end up going on the trip or not, or like you get sick so you don't like and you can't go on the trip, that way you don't have to pay for it. You can say no to that, save that extra money, because like if you book it on like American Express card and you get sick or you can't go on this trip anymore, you can just be like, yeah, I need to cancel this trip, and if the airline doesn't want to refund you, American Express will refund you. So little things like that, it all adds up. Just gives you more and more protections that you don't have to pay for, and just gives you more peace of mind too. So honestly, like credit cards are brilliant, and I have a small collection of them personally. So
all right, so I've got a scenario, Talon. You're stuck at the airport. You can use that credit to buy some Bose headphones, and then if you go to the link that's in the description down here, you can get Audible free for 30 days. So then you don't even need to use your credit card for that.
no.
You just get the headphones, and then you listen to Audible, and you can sit there and listen to an unlimited number of books while you're stuck at the airport.
Yeah. Then go to the lounges, get super drunk as you're listening to these audiobooks. Boom.
There you go.
Boom.
Sounds like a
Look
good
at
last time.
Yeah,
It's a life
It's a
hack.
that's how you take a bad day and turn it into a good day.
Facts.
But
So
seriously,
I
click the link.
actually
It's down here.
I actually have a great credit card that you didn't talk about, Talon. Imagine never having to pay this money. It's called the government travel card. I don't know if y'all use it.
I highly advertise it. It's a great
Dude,
card.
I just buy anything I want, and then the government pays for it, and I get no repercussions.
Wow.
Please do not take that advice. Please do not.
That is the funniest shit I've ever heard.
I was not expecting that.
It's funny because it's true. No, just kidding. We'll get destroyed if we ever do that.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah, that came out of the woodworks, dude. That caught me off guard.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, so there's a ton of credit cards. Oh, the biggest perk we didn't mention, Talon, was some of these cards are metal, and you can be super bougie.
Makes you feel super cool.
Yeah,
you can
so
throw
I
that
got-
down onto a table, just ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you hear my credit card drop?
Jesus.
You make a toast. You go to make a toast. It's just your credit card on the glass.
All the
That's
flex.
so funny. Yeah, the Amex Platinum, Amex Gold. I even got a rose gold one in the gold. And those are metal. And then the Chase Sapphire Reserve is like this metal core plastic, but it's still kind of heavy, so it's cool. But yeah, if you want to impress your friends, impress your lady, impress your guy, significant other, spouse, whatever, what have you, the waiter, who cares? You can have a metal card.
Yeah, you bring that up in conversations like, yeah, this is a $550 a year card. Throw it on
Yeah.
the table. Then someone walks up and they have their Apple credit card, throws it on the table. It's like, that's nothing.
And then you come up with your Bitcoin credit card. Boom.
And we're just throwing all our cards down.
Yeah.
Joe throws his Dogecoin out
like-
on the table.
Talon's like, gotta catch them all. He scoops them all. Anyway, credit cards are dope.
Yep.
Yeah.
Use them responsibly. It's like drinking. Please do it responsibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be scared to get them, because there's a lot of people who are scared of credit cards because they don't trust themselves. Literally, you just don't spend the money that you don't have and use it as a debit card. It's that simple.
Yeah, use it as a debit card, and there's ways to, like, some certain bank accounts you can link like your credit cards. That way, like, it kind of automatically shows like the difference. It's like it just minuses from your bank account, like letting you know that you have to pay that. Or Chris and we definitely use the Mint app, and all you do is like link your bank account, link your credit card account, and it does all the math for you. And it's like, oh, I have this much in my bank account, I have this much on my credit card, this is how much I have left over. So treat it like a debit card. Yeah, you don't have to pay it back like right away. You have to pay it back by the end of the statement and everything, but still,
I would say if it's on your statement, pay that shit off.
yeah. And if you're that type of person and you need to, like, mentally, it's just like, just pay it off. Like, just keep on top of it and just put it on auto pay if you need to. Just let it be and just don't forget about it. But
reap the benefits.
Literally, like, reap the perks and reap the cash back and everything. Because some of them, like, you get like 5%. I know, like, or like some of the sign up bonuses. Oh man, you can make thousands of dollars off of them.
And referrals.
Yeah.
Speaking of referrals, I don't know if it'll work, but we'll try and put some referral links to some of these cards in the description and see if it'll work.
Yeah,
And that helps everybody out. It helps me out, helps Talon out. Whoever's link you use, it'll help not only you, the applicant, but me, the referee.
Yes.
Is that a referee? The referee.
Referee.
The anti... No, I'm just kidding. I got nothing.
One thing I noticed recently too, if you look, like I noticed it on Amazon in particular, but certain websites you go on will actually even allow you, like if you have a card that racks up points and not necessarily cash back, they'll actually allow you to use your points to buy things.
Yeah.
So you can actually use points. It's
I
not
did.
even all about just like the money back.
I did that on Prime Day. So if anyone has like an American Express or a Citi card, this happens all the time. But Amazon will have like a little deals. It's like, oh, if you use this, if you use like one of these points, it will give you like a certain percentage back. So on Prime Day, I had a 40% back, up to like, I think it was like $40. So like, yeah, it was like if I spent $100, I get 40% back. And all I have to do is use one of those points, which normally it's not the best value to use on Amazon. So I literally use 1 point and I get 40% back on
Are you
on
serious?
my $100 purchase. Yeah, that happens all the time with
wow.
American Express. I got another one like today. It's like if I spend $100, I get 10% back. It happens pretty often.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Also, so another thing, I know we're kind of bombarding you guys with offers and like the perks of it, but with this Amex Platinum, I think this is the best card for me. I love this card. They'll send you like daily, or not daily, I guess it doesn't matter. There's offers all the time, like lists of offers, like 10% here, 10% here. And for Dell, we got the webcam I'm using. I got $100 credit for Best Buy, just randomly. And I was like, you just have to buy online. So I bought a webcam, and I got it for free because Amex paid for this webcam because they said, here's $100. Yep. Yeah. And then what else? We got, oh, dude, there's stuff all the time.
Depot.
For like,
Yeah,
like Saks Fifth Ave, you get like $50 every, like, biannually. So every 6 months you get $50 to use at Saks at Fifth Ave, which, be honest, you get a pair of socks for that. Fuck, but either way, it's a free $50. So
exactly.
Yeah, these things are incredible, especially if you're in the military. If your credit is good and you do it responsibly, you can be like me and Talon, just have multiple and just like play the game. Like, it is free money out there to be had.
Yeah, it really is, because those sign-up bonuses, you're going to be spending, like, honestly, like, people look at that, it's like, oh, I spent $3,000 in the first 3 months. It's like, oh, I'm spending $3,000 to get, like, $500 back or whatever it might be. No, you're spending that money anyways. When you get that card, just switch your spending to that card on just, like, your daily purchases. You're probably going to, I guarantee most people spend, like, $3,000 or $5,000 in 3 months. Just put your spending on that card. You're going to get that bonus. Boom, you just got money back for, purchases that you would have made anyways. You might as well take advantage of that. And honestly, like, for me, like, once I finish a card, I try to get another one. Like, why would I not be getting these bonuses as often as possible? It doesn't really make sense not to.
Yep.
And another thing, if you're afraid of not hitting that spending limit, do what Randy did. Pay for everyone's shit, and then they just Venmo you. Like, and you've done it. It's awesome. Like, if you have 3 friends, anything they buy, say, hey, let me buy it and just Venmo me. It's perfect.
I'll do that all the time. It's like I was in Tokyo with, like, one of my crews on a deployment, and we ate at, like, a really nice restaurant, and we didn't want to, like, split the check because there's, like, 10 of us, and we didn't want the waiter to have to deal with it. So I was just like, hey guys, I'll just do it. You guys just pay me back whenever. So I put it on, like, my American Express Gold. So it's like 4 points like per dollar. And just, like, to me, that's like 8% cash back because I use that for travel and it's worth more that way. And I was like, yeah, I'll put this $500 charge on my card. Why not? I'll get all the points and you guys pay me back anyways.
They used to have commercials for this, like the credit cards. It'd be like, are you a point, whatever. It was hilarious. Like, oh, let me pay for it to get the points.
Yes,
it's so funny.
That's hilarious.
One other quick story, something my mom did, and this is pretty cool too because this is something you guys can reach out about and do. She's been a card holder through Discover for like 20 years or something like that. So Discover was running a promotion, like it was like 2 years ago, I think. They were running some kind of promotion where they had like this ridiculously low APR. It was like, 18% APR for people who are new signing up. So my mom was like, what the hell is this? Like, I'm paying, 22 or 21 or something like that, and I've been with them for, 20 years. So she actually reached out and contacted them and been like, I'm a 20-year, person I've been with Discover for 20 years. This is my credit score. She has an excellent credit score, by the way. And she's like, this is what I'm paying, and that you just offered this promotion. That's the rate that I want. And they were like, okay, we'll lower your rate. And they lowered it to like what the new promotion was. So just from like her reaching out and asking about it, they lowered her rate. Now, granted, she had been with them for a long time, so it was probably part of that decision. That could be something for people listening who have had credit cards, and if your rate is still high, you can always reach out and say, hey, I have a good credit score, my rate is high, what can we do about that?
That's facts.
In the long run, that rate should not matter because you should not be paying that no matter what. But
true,
if you have to, it is beneficial to have, and it's like a safety net, right? Like, yeah, that is a good point.
Yeah, and that's just reaching out to those companies. So, like, a lot of these, when it comes to, like, the higher end cards that do have annual fees, if you have the cards for, like, so many years, and if you contact the companies and you're like, I think I might cancel, most companies, they have some form of retention offers that they'll give you. So they'll give you, like, American. Yeah, so like American Express, I've done it with American Express before. Where I was kind of because I get the card for free anyways. Like, why would I cancel it? But I contact them like, yeah, I've had the card for like 3 years. I think I might cancel it. Can I speak to your retention office? And they're like, yeah, well, I'll transfer you right now. I speak to them. They're like, yeah, if you keep the card for an extra, like at least for another year, we'll give you like just spend like I think it was like $500 and we'll give you like 30,000 points. I'm like, hell yeah, that's like at least $300 worth to me. Like, why would I not do that?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Talon told me that, and then I went to do it. I called them the same day, and I'm like, well, all right, yeah, that's fine. You can go ahead and cancel then. We have these other lower cards though if you want. I was like, dude, what? No. He called my bluff, dude.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, I was so bad.
But hey, it doesn't hurt to try, right?
Yeah, exactly. The worst I can say is no, and be like, you got me, guy.
Yeah, they say that. It's like, yeah, we can give you a different card. Just hang up right there.
Yeah, they probably like jot down on their notes, this guy is a douche.
That surprised me. So as just like a kind of like a summary about credit cards. So back to my tiers. Tier 1, that's going to be those secure cards. Don't want them long term. Tier 2, you're getting no annual fee. You're getting some kind of rewards. Tier 3, it's going to be those store cards like Amazon. It could be just like the specific cards like Discover. and the Chase Freedom Flex, where it like rotates and everything like that. Tier 4 is going to be you're starting to get annual fees, and it's going to be like more possibly travel oriented or something like that, and you're getting some perks. And then Tier 5, it's going to be you're getting huge perks, bigger annual fees, and you're getting bigger, like it's going to be mainly like travel cards and everything at that point. So yeah.
All right, so yeah, Talon pretty much wrapped up the summary of all the credit cards, the perks, and everything like that. So again, use it responsibly, treat it like a debit card. If you don't have the money, don't charge it, and just have fun with the rewards. It's great. So thanks for listening, guys. Again, as always, our links are in the bio for all our socials. If you want to support the show, we have our Patreon down there. Again, the Audible is down there for when you want to, hack the system and buy those Bose headsets and listen to some Audible in the airport next time your flight gets delayed. That's the play. Thanks again for listening. And from all of us here at Lessons Learned, we'll see you next week. And
See ya.
oh no, I dropped my metal credit card. See ya.